All right, we got an EV Frontier. Let's interpret it in this module. Here is our spreadsheet with our EV Frontier. All right, here it is. We derived that in a module or so ago. I'm going to plot it. So I'm going to insert a graph here. You're going to use an XY scatter graph. There it is. Okay, let me add a line here. Format the data series. I'm going to add a line. We're going to make it blue. All right, there's our EV Frontier. Here's our, and let's label the axes so that we know what they are. We're going to add a primary horizontal axis, standard deviation. Always label your axis, otherwise you don't know what you're talking about. Axis vertical expected return. There it is, right? There it is. All right. This EV Frontier was produced with 4 assets. I am going to put those on our axis as well, or our graph as well. Again, those were given up here. Here's our standard deviations. Here's our expected returns from our 4 assets. Let's just add data. I'm going to select data and add another column. The x-axis is going to be the standard deviation, and our y-axis values are going to be the expected returns. There we go. Put them in here. Take out the line because the line doesn't mean anything. No line. And I'm going to make the marker just a little bigger so we can see it better. All right, there's our 4 points. And we know what these assets are, so I'm going to just label them while we're at it. Our one at the very top, as it always will be, is land. Not that land is it, but our highest expected return, 12.20. All right, there's our highest expected return. Let's add the others. This is stocks over here. Very high risk, right? But it does come into our portfolios, right? Stocks over here, even though it's high risk, it comes in. We start adding it to our portfolio with land. It comes in because land and stocks have a negative correlation. So you combine the two, you get some diversification benefits, which is often the case with real estate. Here's T notes. And our last one is T-bills. So that's what we expect. Now, I want you also to notice something here. You never hold, except for land, you would never hold any of these other assets 100%. Look at our portfolios. Here's our second portfolio. It's right here. 91% land, 9% stocks. Keep going down. None of these assets are held in by themselves. They are off the frontier. One other point here. T-bills, lowest return asset, lowest return and lowest standard deviation. You never hold it alone. You can get lower risk than just T-bills by combining it. Diversification. That's the benefits of diversification. Again, an individual would hold their portfolio along this axis because it's risk efficient. You get highest expected return for a given level of standard deviation, or vice versa. For a given for a given expected return, you get the lowest standard deviation. You're pushing it out this way. That's what the EV frontier does. That's what a lot of finance is about. Finding assets that are risk efficient.